Hi and welcome to a tutorial on how to make this rosette necklace. So what we're going to need, hopefully you can see that, what we're going to need is 3 yards of ribbon, and we're using today Dupioni silk. I really like this ribbon because it's got a beautiful shine to it, but it also has a texture. So when we're rolling this into itself, it's going to be able to pick up better. I actually did this with some satin, and it was really difficult because it just was too slippery and it kept sliding and pulling apart. So I'm using actually all of the same color today, and they're all 3 pieces at a yard each. And you can see here that I've got one large one, then I did a few that were smaller, and kind of gradually went down in size to a really little tiny one here. And then I added a photo to a frame with glass. These are all from Ranger and really simple to use. On the back here I've got felt, but today we will be using velvet. I think it's a better grab because on the back it's just more of a flat surface, so it's going to take the adhesive very well. So you've got that in your kit. You've also got everything here. The only thing extra that you're going to need is a chain of your choice. We're going to need scissors and liquid glue. So the first thing that we're going to do is you've got one that's a full yard. We're gonna leave that one aside. Let's go ahead and cut all of our ribbon. So one stays at a full yard. The other we're going to cut in half. So kind of figure out what size you want things to be. I've got, a mix of the colors in different sizes. So once you figure that out, we're gonna cut those. The second piece of ribbon we're going to cut straight in half, so it's 18 inches. The third piece we're going to cut in half as well, again, so it's 18 inches. And then I've got these pieces here. I've got 4 pieces now that are 18 inches each. What I'm going to do with one is I'm going to cut it straight down in half. So I'm going to make it really skinny. I'm going to cut the length. Now you don't want to be too perfect with this because the beauty of rosette roses are that when you roll them, they've got the frayed, kind of distressed edges. So we're going to start by constructing this large flower here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our large piece of ribbon that is 1 yard. And on one end, let's get this out of the way. So on one end, what we're going to do is just simply knot it. This is going to give us the starting point, something to kind of grasp onto. You don't want to go too tight, you just want to have something quite simple like that. Okay, so you want to make sure your ribbon is straight and keep it from getting tangled. It kind of gets in the way if it's tangled. So straighten that out. What you're going to do is start with your little base point here. And the basic concept is twist, roll, twist, roll. So you're constantly moving, and the first thing that you're going to do when you're starting off is twist and attach it there and wrap around and twist and wrap around. And it's very difficult at first, it takes a little practice, but once you do one, the others will come easy. And the great thing I love about this flower is that there really is no right or wrong. So you can see it's kind of forming in this area here. The Dupioni silk is just simply beautiful for things like this. See how it's getting tangled in here? You want to just straighten that out. And it's a bit difficult with the larger piece of ribbon. When we get to the smaller pieces, you have less that'll tangle and such. So just twisting, and you want to keep your fingers here holding it all together because we're not gluing it. There are a lot of instructions out there that say to glue as you go. For instance, I'd add a little bit of glue here and keep on wrapping. I don't do that. I glue it all at the end because, you know, if I don't like it, I can always unravel it and try again. See how I'm forming that little fold there? That's really what makes your flower, all the little folds in there. And it's really nice with the frayed edges. It gives it some character. You can always start a little tear and then rip your fabric so that it gets more fray. You can do this with canvas, and after you're done you can glimmer mist it. There are also those new American Crafts fabric papers. Those are wonderful to do this sort of thing too, and they come in patterns as well, which is really nice. So we're coming up to the end here. You're going to twist and keep on with it. It's kind of loose there, so I'm just going to pull to tighten it a bit and keep on going. Spread it out, twist. Okay, so now I've come to the end here and I've got a little piece. What I'm going to do is take my Fabri-Tac and on the back here, I'm going to kind of lay it all in there. Spread an even amount, and then with my little flap I'm going to cover it and seal it. So you've got that. And then I just kind of squeeze it down just to get, you know, the adhesive in the little nooks and cranny areas. Don't worry about if it seeps through the back, because remember we're sealing the back part of it. Okay, so there is one.